I will repeat this. No issue. Okay. You see here stiffness matrix. Your stiffness matrix equation is stiffness matrix equation. If you have doubt, you can raise the issue. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Element, one dimensional element. Here it is ui, uj, and this one is also uj. This is also uj. You can see here. This is uj. Okay. Now we have to calculate first stiffness matrix. Stiffness matrix. Now according to your finite element equation, general finite element equation, your stiffness matrix for the element, k is equal to integration of b transpose d into b, its integration over dv. It's integration over dv. Now if we consider the one dimensional element, for 1D element, your area is constant. Okay, you have to remember this. Area is user input for 1D analysis, and that is constant. That is considered as a constant. Okay, when area is constant, now this integration will be replaced by k is equal to here. K is equal to integration of b transpose here, b transpose d into b into you have a dx, means volume integration will be replaced by length integration because area is constant. Area is your, see here, volume is your dx dy dz. Volume means, I will explain here, volume dv is equal to dx dy and dz. Okay, it is the product of 3 dimensions. Now out of these 3 dimensions, product of these two dimensions is constant, therefore, and this product is a. Okay, therefore you can write this dv is equal to a dx. Okay, so k will become b transpose d b a dx. Okay, now I will calculate the b. Now b, for calculation of the b, we need the shape functions. Now if you go for the shape function matrix, n matrix, it is ni nj. This is your shape function matrix, and this shape function matrix, when we put the equations of the shape functions, it is first ni is xj minus x divided by L, first shape function, and second shape function x minus xi divided by L. This is your second shape function. Now for B matrix, we need the proper differentiation of the shape function. Now you know the strain equation. Strain is equal to du by dx. For one dimensional problem. Now when we replace this u by product of n into u, now what you will get? You will get d dx of ni. Sorry, I will write n by dx into u. Okay, into u matrix. This is your u matrix. This becomes d ni by dx and dnj by dx. Okay, now this matrix into you have ui uj. This is your strain matrix, and out of this strain matrix, this matrix is known as a B matrix. This is your B matrix. Okay, so B matrix is I will write here, B matrix is here, I will write dni by dx and dnj by dx. Okay, now next one, now we will put the values of ni and nj. Now this is your ni, this is your nj. Now when we put this value in this equation, you will get you will get here derivative of this term dxj by L. Sorry, dxj minus x by L. Here this term is constant. This term is constant. So this derivative is 0 and this is minus 1. It's a minus x. Derivative of minus x is minus 1. Okay. So minus 1 by L is the first term. Here it is minus 1 by L. Okay. Now second term, this second shape function, this one x minus xj upon L. Sorry, x minus xi upon L. Derivative of x is 1 and derivative of xi is 0. See here xj and xi, these are the constant terms. That is, here it becomes 1 by L. This is the B matrix. This is B matrix. Okay. Or now we got B matrix, means we can calculate the B transpose B. Okay. Remaining term is D matrix. Now for one dimensional relation, see here D is a material property matrix, and this material property matrix is used to write the stress strain relation. Okay. Now you know this stress is equal to stress matrix is equal to D into strain matrix. Okay, D into strain matrix. Now for one dimensional case, there is only one term in the stress, and D matrix is modulus of elasticity, and this is epsilon, only one term. Okay. Over, therefore your D matrix is D is E. Okay, E. Now how this integration is formed? Can anyone tell how this integration becomes? K is equal to Hrishikesh Dore. How you can write here? K is equal to integration of Hrishikesh Dore.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you tell me how this integration forms. I will write with you. Now B transpose. You tell me B transpose. I have calculated B transpose. I have calculated B. You tell me B transpose.
Yes, sir.
B. Yes.
Minus 1 by L.
Minus 1 by L.
And khali 1 by L.
1 by L. Now D is?
Yes, sir.
D is?
D is E.
D is modulus of elasticity E. Now
yes,
next
sir.
term is
B.
1 by minus 1 by L again, na?
Yes, sir.
Minus 1 by L.
Minus 1 by L.
1 by L.
1 by L.
Into area
ADX.
A dx.
DX.
Okay, have you got it? Now,
yes, sir.
Okay. वैभव सौरभ पवार आहे का? सौरभ पवार. Saurabh Pawar?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you tell me the product of these terms. Now A and E you can take out of the integration, because
Yes,
area is
sir.
constant, E is constant. Okay. Now you tell me product of this matrix and this matrix. Yes.
1 by L bracket square.
1 by L square. Next.
Into minus 1 by L square.
Second term minus 1 by L square. Yes, it is correct. Third term is
खालच्या रोला minus 1 by L square.
Minus 1 by L square. Next is?
And 1 by L square.
1 by L square. Now this is your product, and again there is a dx. Am I right? Again there is dx.
AEDS.
AE I have taken out of the integration. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Now next one, I will erase this part. Next one. Now you can see here 1 upon L square term is common in all the elements of the matrix. Common in all elements of the matrix. Okay. So I will change the color here. Here, if I write the K equal to AE. Now, if you go for this matrix, can I take 1 upon L square common, that is L square from denominator. Yes. Can I write like this? That is L square. Because you see here, you will get this term here also, here also, here also, and here also. That is, it is in all terms. Now I will write integration of, see here remaining term. What is the remaining term here? 1 minus 1 minus 1 1, okay, into dx. Okay. Now here this matrix is also constant matrix. You can see here it is a 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. That also I can take out of the integration. It becomes k is equal to AE by L square into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Okay. Now what about the integration of dx? Can anyone tell what about the integration of dx? Shreyas?
X.
Yes, tell. Integration of dx is
X, na sir?
x, yes. It becomes AE by L square into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Now integration of x is dx. Now what are the limits of that integration? What are the limits of that integration? So here we are calculating the integration over element, that is lower limit of this xi to xj. Yes. So this term becomes, sorry, I will write here, this term becomes xj minus xi. Am I right? Integration of dx is xj minus xi. Is it correct? Now this term becomes, okay, I will write here, this term becomes, it is equal to, here this is now xj minus xi. What is xj minus xi? This one from here to here, sorry, from node number this to this. Xj minus xi is length of the element. Am I right? Length of the element. So this term is L, and this L will be cancelled with 1 L from here. So your equation becomes k is equal to k matrix. It is equal to AE by L into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Is it same to the matrix which we have derived in first unit? Yes. If you have doubt, you can ask me. Any doubt? Akshay Patil. If you have doubt, you can ask me.
No, sir.
Okay. Now, what I will do, I will show you remaining part. Now we have derived the stiffness matrix. This is your stiffness matrix. Now I will go for the next. Now see here, I will show you equations on this. Now this is your initial equation for the stiffness matrix. Then we have replaced this dv by adx for the element. Next, we have to calculate the B matrix. For calculation of the B matrix, we need the shape functions. So I have written the equations for the shape functions. Ni is equal to xj minus x upon L. Nj is equal to x minus xi upon L. Next, for B matrix, we need to calculate the derivative of the shape functions. That is dn. Okay, dn I or dn1. That depends upon whatever notation you are following. Dn I upon dx, dnj upon dx, that is 1 upon L into minus 1 1, because its derivative is minus 1 upon L, its derivative is 1 upon L. So when we take 1 upon L common, it becomes minus 1 1. Okay. Now deep for the one dimensional problem, It is modulus of elasticity. Already I have told you. Next one here, integration. For integration, I have taken all the terms outside the integration. A also I have taken outside the integration, and when we integrate this, you will get AE by L 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. This is your stiffness matrix. You have to remember this is your K, and already you have used this K for solving the problem. Okay. Now next part is force matrix. Next part is force. Now force is addition of, okay, force is, sorry, force is first is thermal load, second one is body load, third one is pressure, and next is nodal load. Okay, nodal load. And by considering this all, we are going to calculate the total load. See here in first unit we have taken only nodal load. Here we will consider the all loads. Okay. Now see here equation for this force matrix. It is force is equal to thermal load. Thermal load is B transpose D epsilon 0. B transpose D epsilon 0 over the volume. Next, for body load, it is N transpose FB, N transpose FB over dV. Okay, integration. And for pressure load, it is N transpose PDX. Okay, and for point load, there is a only F. Okay, so you have this equation. You can see here this equation, that is first term. This is your thermal load. Already we have derived this equation. Okay, this is body load. This is your general equation for the force matrix. It is pressure load, and this is your nodal load. Okay, nodal load. Now we will calculate one by one. I will start from the thermal load. Here you can see here thermal load. Okay. Now for thermal load, this is integration of B transpose D epsilon 0 dV. Okay. Now same thing we will repeat here. Here this is integration. So here we have to take the element, one dimensional element. For one dimensional element, here these are the two nodes. We can call it as a 1 or 2 or I or J, and this is your xi, this is your xj. Okay, over, and area for this element is constant again, so this integration will be changed to integration B transpose D again you have epsilon 0 and over ADX. Okay, and we have calculated B here. In for stiffness calculation, we have calculated B. B is equal to, it is minus 1 by L and 1 by L. Already you have calculated it. Okay. Now this is your B matrix. D matrix is modulus of elasticity E. Okay. Have you done it? Any doubt in this B and D? Same thing we have to repeat here. Okay. Now next one, epsilon 0. Now already I have told you, for thermal strain in case of one dimensional element, there is a strain only in one direction. For two dimensional there are two components. For three dimensional there are three components. See here, one component is your epsilon in x direction, and according to your knowledge of strength of material, you have alpha delta T is a strain. Okay, alpha delta T is a strain, here alpha is a coefficient of thermal expansion, delta T is a change in temperature. So epsilon 0 for one dimensional element, it is alpha delta T, alpha delta T. If it is a two dimensional, it has two components. It has two components, that is alpha delta T, and last term is 0. That is strain, it is epsilon x, epsilon y, and y. Gamma xy is 0 for thermal strain. Okay, but there are two normal strains in two dimensions, and for one dimensional there is only one component. Okay, there is only one component. Okay, so your epsilon 0 is alpha delta T. Okay, epsilon 0 is alpha delta T. Next one. Now I will put all the things in this thermal load equation. So my thermal load is, here I will write thermal load okay, I will thermal load, this is equal to integration of, now I will put this value and this value. It is integration of -1 by L, 1 by L. Okay, next E, next alpha delta T into A over dx. Now see here, all these terms are constant. You can see here we can take -1 by L from this. There is transpose, na B transpose. We miss it. Okay, B transpose is there. This one. This term is B transpose. So it is not row matrix. It is column matrix. Rishikesh Dore, you should be concentrate on this. What I am doing
Yes,
wrong
sir.
things. Minus, it is root B transpose, na? Am I
Yes,
right?
sir.
So it is -1 by L. Okay, -1 by L and 1 by L. Okay, next is D is E, and okay, I will clean all the things and then I will show you. This is D. Next is epsilon 0 is alpha delta T. Next A dx. Okay, now you see here, you see this one, all the terms in integration, all the terms in this integration are constant. Means you see here, these terms are constant terms up to A, and only dx is there. Okay, so I can write here, this is A E alpha delta T. Am I right? Here I will write, you can check A E alpha delta T and divided by L, whether this product is correct or wrong. You can see here it is -1, 1. Rishikesh Kumbar, whether it is correct or wrong. And integration of
Yes,
dx.
sir. Correct.
Is it correct? Now next one. Now integration of dx. Again it is same to last case. What is integration of dx? It is xj minus x, and that xj minus x is L. So you will get AE by L. L, can I cancel L here? Alpha delta T divided by L is there, and into -1, 1 into integration of this term, it is L. Okay, here I will write directly L. Now this L will be cancelled with this L. So you will get thermal load as AE alpha delta T into minus 1, 1. Okay. Now this is your thermal load, initial thermal load or initial load. Okay. Now any doubt in this thermal load? Any doubt in thermal load? If you have doubt, you can ask me. Shreyas. Okay, I will show you again. Yes. I will show you. Shreyas क्या doubt है क्या? Okay, I will clean all the things. Next one, you see this one, force due to thermal strain, that is B transpose D epsilon 0, 1 upon L, this is your B matrix, 1 upon L I have taken common, minus 1, 1, E alpha delta T, A dx. So you will get direct AE alpha delta T minus 1, 1. Okay, when we replace this, these all terms are constant terms. Okay, these all terms are constant terms. Okay, only integration of dx. See here someone, yes.
सर ते फोर्स मॅट्रिक्स पुन्हा एकदा एक्सप्लेन करा की काय समजत नाही.
हा पहिला का सगळाच? which you need to need the explanation. अरे बोला कुठल्याला एक्सप्लेनेशन पाहिजे सांगा.
फोर्स मॅट्रिक्स सर ते तुम्ही आता एक्सप्लेन केला ना हे वरचं फोर्स मॅट्रिक्स पूर्ण तेच सगळं.
बी हा पहिला केला फक्त आता. हा हे वी हॅव डिराइव्ड लास्ट टाइम ना दिस वन. कुठलं पाहिजे तुम्हाला एक्सप्लेनेशन सांगा मला. अरे बोलाल तर मला लक्षात येईल. हा
हॅलो.
हा येस.
ह्या आधीची स्लाइड मध्ये तुम्ही ते एक्सप्लेन केला ना ते समजलेलं नाहीये.
हा थर्मल लोड फक्त एक्सप्लेन केला काय? ठीक आहे करतो परत. हा थर्मल लोड आय विल एक्सप्लेन अगेन. थर्मल लोड here this is a thermal load. Okay, now this is your first term in this equation. You see here this is first term. I have explained only first term, remaining terms I will explain after this term. Okay, now you see here B transpose. Now we have calculated B matrix. B matrix is okay. I will go step by step. Here first you have to replace this integration from replace this integration from volume integral to the area integral. Epsilon 0. You see here area is constant for one dimensional element. So dV will be replaced by A dx. This is the first step. Okay, this dV is replaced by A dx. Okay, A dx. This one. Or next one, this is a transpose. Now on last slide I have calculated B matrix. B matrix, this B matrix is minus 1 by L, 1 by L. This is your B matrix. Now what we need? We need the transpose. So here in derivation I have taken 1 by L common, that is 1 by L into minus 1, 1. Okay. Now you will get integration of 1 by L. Here we need the B transpose. This is your B matrix. 1 by L minus 1, minus 1 and 1 is here because we need to calculate the transpose. Okay. Now next is D term. D term already I have told you D is the modulus of elasticity. Okay, D is modulus of elasticity. So this is your E. This is your E. Okay. E. Next one, after calculation of E, epsilon 0. Epsilon 0. For one dimensional element, epsilon 0 is alpha delta T. Alpha delta T. Because it is a strain, just a strain. Alpha is your coefficient of, already you have studied this in strength of material. Alpha is coefficient of thermal expansion. See here, expansion due to the rise in temperature or contraction due to the decrease in temperature. It is directly proportional to the delta T, and then that expansion delta L delta L is given by alpha delta T into L. So strain becomes delta L by L. Delta L by L, it is your alpha delta T. Okay. It is for one dimensional. For two dimensional, there are two components. Okay. Now this becomes epsilon 0 is alpha delta T. Okay. Alpha delta T. Next is A dx. A dx. Now I will take all these terms out of the integration, because 1 upon L is constant, minus 1 is constant, E is material property, it is also constant, alpha is not depending on dx, it is a constant, delta T is not independent of length dx, area is constant. So I will take A E alpha delta T by L into, you have 1 minus 1 is there, minus 1 1, these are the constants, and integration of dx. And here it is a one dimensional element. If we take one dimensional element, its integration is from xi to xj, xi to xj. These are the nodes. So integration of dx becomes xj minus xi, and I will write here integration of dx is equal to xj. It is x and limits are xj and xi, xj minus xi, and this is your L. Okay. Over. So this term is L. Integration of this dx is L. Okay. L. Now this L will be cancelled with this L. So it becomes AE alpha delta T into minus 1 1. Any doubt here? Any doubt? काय डाऊट नाही ना? आता कोणी विचारलेलं होतं? Yes. Please reply me. समजलं का? अरे who has asked the question? जय पाटील तुम्ही विचारला होता काय?
नो सर.
कोणी विचारला होता?
अंडरस्टँडिंग झालंय सर.
Okay. Now your thermal strain I have derived. Again you can see here. I will clean it. Here this is B transpose D epsilon 0 is 1 upon L minus 1 1. Here E alpha delta T A dx and A alpha delta T minus 1 1. Now next term is body force term. Now here I will write body force or it is a body load. For body load, your equation is integration of N transpose into here. If we go for one dimensional case, there is a force in only one direction. This y direction will not be there and z direction will not be there, because we have only one dimensional element. It has no component in x and y direction. So this is only FBX. Are you getting this? And integration over dV. Again you replace this integration over dV by integration over N transpose FBX ADX. Now I will take FBX A integration of N transpose dx. Now N for one dimensional element is Ni Nj. Now transpose of this you will get here FBX A Ni here it is Nj dx. Have you got it? Have you got it? Akshay Patil? Akshay Patil? Mahesh Jalte?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mahesh Jalte?
Yes, sir.
Now
Hello.
you tell me the integration of this one. How we can calculate the integration of this? Here, this body force is, this is Fbx is as it is. A. Now I want to calculate the integration of Ninj. Integration of Ninj. Yes, can anyone tell? Ninj over dx. Yes? Can anyone tell? Rushikesh? Rushikesh Doria or Rushikesh Kumbar? Yes? How we can calculate the integration of this? Shreyas? Shivraj Shinde?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you tell me how to calculate the integration of this.
minus 1 by L आणि 1 by L put करायचं NING ची व्हॅल्यू.
From where you have taken minus 1 by L and 1 by L?
No, sir, NING ची व्हॅल्यू पुट करायच्या xj minus x upon L.
Array, see here, you are not working on the simple ways. Ni, I have already derived it. Ni is equal to local coordinate L1. Am I right? Nj equal to, see here, how many problems you have solved on this? Now integration, see here, this is a natural coordinate L1. This is natural coordinate L2. So integration of Ninj, see here, if you go for the using actual equations, it will take a lot of time. Here it is L1, L2 over dx. Now what is integration of L1? Integration of L1. Integration of L1, you tell. Rushikesh Dore, what is integration of L1? You have this equation. I will write here equation, one equation. Integration of L1 raised to alpha, L2 raised to beta. Yes. Now can you complete it? It is over dx or dl. Yes. Can you complete it? Rushikesh?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Alpha, beta,
alpha factorial,
alpha
beta
factorial, beta factorial.
Okay, divided by alpha plus beta plus
plus
1. Its
bracket
factorial is
factorial.
there. Okay, I will
Yes.
write at proper location. Here it is this one, integration of alpha sorry, just minute, integration of L1 raised to alpha, L1 raised to alpha, L2 raised to beta, okay, dx. It is alpha factorial, beta factorial divided by alpha plus beta plus 1 its a factorial into L. Okay, this is your integration. Now you tell me the integration for this term. श्रेयस आठवते ना, श्रेयस चौगले?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now you tell the integration of this one. You compare this integration of L1 with this one. Integration of L1 with this one. See here it is L1 raised to 1, L2 raised to 0. L1 raised to 1, L2 raised to 0. Okay. Now you will get, you tell the integration. Alpha is, for first term I will write here, for first term is 1 factorial, next 0 factorial divided by 1 plus 0 plus 1 its a factorial into L. Okay. Now second term is here. Again alpha is 0 factorial, 1 factorial divided by 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 factorial L. Is it correct? Whether it is correct or wrong? Rishikesh Dore.
Correct, sir.
Are you getting or not? If you are not getting, you can ask me. I will repeat it.
No, sir, getting it.
Now what you will get here? This one. See here, it is 1 factorial 1, 0 factorial 1, L and divided by 1 plus 1, 2 factorial. That means L by 2. And this is also L by 2. So this integration is L by 2. Sorry. Here integration of N1 is L by 2 and this is also L by 2. Okay. Now this becomes FB x A L by 2 into 1 1. Am I right? If you have doubt, you can ask me. I will repeat this once again. FBX AL by 2 into 1 1. Have you got it? Now I will show you again. You see here, force due to body load. It is N transpose FB dV. I have replaced the N is equal to N1 N2 FB A dx. You can use N1 N2 or NING also. FB A dx. Okay. Now here FB into A is constant term that I can take in out of the integration. Now integration of N1 for I will write again here. Integration of N1, you see here N1 or Ni, it is over dx. It is integration of L1 over dx, and you compare this with N1, you compare this with integration of L1 raised to alpha, L2 raised to beta is equal to alpha factorial, beta factorial divided by alpha plus beta plus 1 its factorial into L. Okay. So when we compare here, alpha is equal to 1, beta is equal to 0. Okay. So 1 factorial, 0 factorial, 1 plus 0 plus 1, it is 2, that is L by 2. Okay. Now, so you will get FB AL by 2. Now you observe this equation. If you observe this equation, now what is FB? FB, if we consider the body force or weight density, it is load or weight upon volume. That means body force, already I have told you, it is measured in terms of the force per unit volume. Okay. Now when we consider this as a weight density, that is FB is a weight density. Then FB into area into length. Area into length is volume. So this product becomes total load because of the body force. Total load. Okay. Over total load. Now see here, if we consider the weight density, FB has a weight density, even we multiply by area into length to the FB, you will get total weight. Okay, total weight. Now total weight divided by 2, it becomes half of the total load. Half of the total load, that is half of the total weight. Are you getting this? Half of the total weight. Now see here, and into 1 1. See here, this 1 is corresponding to the node number 1. Node number 1. You see here, if you have two nodes, this FBAL by 2 into 1, it is corresponding to node number 1, that is FBAL by 2, it is corresponding to node number 1. Second is FBAL by 2. Now this is the body load acting at node number 1 and 2. Means if we consider the body load or weight of the element, that is self weight, weight of the element, it is equally distributed on the two nodes. So here there may be question, prove that total weight of the body or total weight of the one dimensional element is equally distributed on the nodes. Now in this situation you have to use these two equations or this equation, that is here if we draw the element and if we consider this as a force matrix, here at this node you have FBAL by 2, that is a load acting on this node, and at this location you have FBAL by 2. Now this FBAL is a total load or total weight, that means here area into length is volume and FB is your force per unit volume, means total force is FBAL, and out of this total force half load is acting at node number 1 and half load is acting at node number 2. So this total load is equally divided on two nodes. Okay, now this is about the body load. Next force is pressure load. Again you go to the pressure load. Here what I will do, I will go to the pressure load. Here it is pressure load. Now for pressure load what I will do, I will draw three-dimensional view of the one-dimensional element. Now this is three-dimensional view. Here this is your element. I will take here. This is element. Okay, this is a three-dimensional view. It has area as well as length. Okay, now when we consider this type of actual geometry of the element, then there will be force acting at the ends, and that is uniform distributed over this area. Now see here, this pressure it may be acting at either at node number 1 or at node number 2. Okay, this is a pressure, it is acting on this surface. When we consider force on this or pressure on this area, it will increase the one more degree of freedom. So that type of elements are not coming under this category. These elements are known as beam elements. Now we are discussing about the one-dimensional linear element. Beam element is not one-dimensional linear element. Okay, so we are not considering the lateral pressure, lateral load. When we apply the lateral load, there will be rotations. We are not considering that degree of freedom. Here we are considering only degree of freedom in or deformation in axial direction. So we are not going to consider the lateral pressure. We are going to consider only pressure in the direction of axis. You see here, when we consider the pressure in the direction of axis, if you consider this element and this has a cross-sectional area, then pressure will be acting like this. Okay, pressure will be acting like this. Now with this consideration, I will show you how to derive the pressure load matrix. Now it is also N transpose Px, Py, Pz, and out of that only we have Px. Okay, because we have one dimensional element. So your N transpose is N1, N2, okay, into P ds, PDS. Okay. Now if we consider the one-dimensional element, you see this one-dimensional element. Now, when pressure is acting at node number 2, then at node number 2, your n1 term will be 0 because shape function n1 is 0 at node number 2 and shape function n2 is 1. Okay, so your matrix becomes here depending upon the location of the pressure. You have to modify the shape function matrix. If pressure is acting at node number 1, then n1 will be 1 and n2 will be 0. Okay, n2 will be 0. So your equation becomes here I am assuming pressure is acting at node number 2. So your n1 will be 0, n2 will be 1. Okay. Now into P. Next one, ds. ds is the area supporting to the pressure. That means here it is not acting on length, it is acting on the cross sectional area. So P into dA. Okay. So your integration of this term, you see here, this becomes 0, 1 into P is constant. Integration of dA is A because area is constant, and this is your pressure load PA 0, 1. Now this is the pressure matrix when force is acting at node number 2. If force is acting at node number 1, then this matrix will be changed to PA 1, 0. Okay. Now you can see here, this is the pressure acting at node number 2. Here N transpose PDS. Now N1, N2. Now integration, not necessary to calculate the integration because here N1 is 1 at node number 1. If we consider the pressure at 1, okay, and here 0 at node number 2. Okay. Now next is point load. Point load is direct F1, F2. Okay, concentrated load. And your finite element equation is becoming like this. You can see here, this is a total force matrix, thermal load, body load, pressure load, and nodal load. Okay, and after that, this is your stiffness matrix into displacement. This is your thermal load, this is your body load, pressure load, and force matrix. Okay, now I will stop here. Okay, tomorrow we will discuss the numerical on this. Recording stop.